You're listening to the Sports Fix.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Harry Buffalo. Catch every UFC pay-per-view live in full HD at Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, just outside Great Northern Mall. Harry Buffalo. Join the herd.
Sports Fix listeners, don't wait all day or all week to get in on the fun. The party doesn't stop when we go off the air all week long. The Sports Fix social media sites are your one-stop shop for all things Cleveland sports. Jump over to Facebook.com/TheSportsFix, Facebook.com/TheSportsFix, and become a fan today because we love fans and they create some of the best sports talk in town, Daddy. You'll enjoy talking to your fellow Cleveland sports fans on the Sports Fix fan page. And if Twitter's your thing, well, you know how we do it. Tweet with us at TheSportsFixCLE. It's that simple.
Twitter.com/TheSportsFixCLE, baby.
Chat live with the crew during all your favorite Cleveland sports events, tickets and contests and trivia and so much more. Get with us today, The Sports Fix on social media, Facebook.com/TheSportsFix. Tweet with us at TheSportsFixCLE. Join the Sports Fix on Facebook and Twitter today.
Hey, it's Hugh Hewitt, and when I want to know what's going on with the Cavs, the Browns, and the Tribe, I tune into Sports Fix.
Live in Ohio, it's time to get your fix. The Sports Fix.
Welcome in, everybody. We are we are hot. There we go. We are live. We are on the air. We're not blowing out your eardrums anymore, hopefully, or anything like that, man. I was scrambling to get things on the air because I had some stuff going on before, but right before we went on, I looked up. I said, oh, my goodness, it catches up on you quick. Forgot to do the traditional lowering of the one volume setting. I heard it in my ear. I said, ooh, hopefully that didn't wake anybody up. Wake up out there. I did it on purpose, waking everybody up. We are hot. We are on the air and rolling. Wow, what a roller coaster of a weekend, up and down and all around, that we've got here to talk about today on all spectrums of all sports. Tons of things to go into, big news things outside of the sports events. Trust me, I've got a few things to say here momentarily as we kick things off before we get too deep. We've got the usual guests here on Monday, a lot to get into. I'm going to do it. Let me get that ready. A jam-packed Monday edition of the Sports Fix coming your way, guys. So let's rock and roll and let's do it, man, as we get rolling. I am your host, the Big Daddy on the microphone, J-Rock, Jerry Myers, with you guys here as we are each and every weekday at noon across the Sports Fix radio network. However you may be joining us, that may mean you're listening on TuneIn and TuneIn's radio app worldwide. Perhaps you're one of the crew that listens on Spreaker and Mixlr, or hangs out with my peanut gallery over there in the Mixlr. Maybe you're listening to us live each and every day right on our home base, thesportsfix.net, our website, which not only has everything you need to know about the show, but, well, you know this part if you're sitting in there listening, but you're listening to the show live. It streams it, feeds it directly. Button, it's magic. I'm like Houdini. I'm just, now you hear it, now you don't. Just like that. You gotta love it. That's how we roll here. Thank you guys for joining us live. And of course, I would be remiss not to mention the thousands around the world who listen on digital delay 24 hours a day. Whether you're listening on iHeartRadio, the world's largest internet radio network, perhaps you're listening on iTunes, you download us there, or you're listening on Spreaker, on SoundCloud, on Stitcher and CarPlay, and all of the different formats, all the ways that you may download us, and some of you subscribe to us on various feeds across the internet. Every week, I actually stumble across new places. I go, oh, I don't even know what this is, but they offer people a way to listen to the show. Kudos. Hats off to it. The more distribution, the better. So no matter what it is and how you do it, thank you guys so much. As I say each and every day, without you, there is no Sports Fix, and there are some big things coming on the horizon. And I don't mean far down on the horizon. In the next few weeks, there's going to be some really, really cool, really big changes, really big things going down here with the show as we continue to evolve. Can't wait to involve you guys in that and tell you more as details come out. I kind of hinted to some of it the other day. Now it actually may evolve even in some different ways. So we'll see. But however it is, let's keep it rolling. Thank you guys so much. And as I say, I see the phone lines ringing here. I've got calls in the queue. I've got the microphone, but I give it to you because this is your show. You are the voice of the Sports Fix, so use that voice today. I'm no shortage of things to talk about here this morning on whatever your subject may be from over the weekend, because they hit it all and we're going to hit it all. 216-539-7535 is the number to call. 216-539-7535. If you can't get to the phone, use your social media, and not just now, but all the time, 24 hours a day. Tweet with us at The Sports Fix, CLE. Email us, thesportsfix@AOL.com. Hit us up on Facebook and like us while you're there. Become a fan, nearly 21,000 of you. Facebook.com/thesportsfix. Jump on our social media. Stay in touch with us there. And you got that right, Charles. I'm getting to it, baby. What were we just talking about Friday as I was discussing my Team of Destiny theory with Jonathan Knight? I said, here it comes, baby. I said, you know. Matter of fact, I think I said this exact set. When we come back on Monday, when we come back on Monday, we're going to be talking about a sweep of the White Sox, and then it's going to be just keeping this thing rolling. That's what's going to happen, and bam. That's what happened. But seriously, guys, Bart, and I'm not going to do too much because I got John McMullen from the Sports Network. He's coming up just about 35 minutes from now. We'll talk Browns. We'll talk about the NFL, all of that. And we're going to talk about this here, too. But to some of you out there in our audience, this is directed to some of you, to some of the national people around there, some of the different discussions that we had a few weeks back. I'm just going to say, with the emergence, and I'm sure most of you listening here, with the emergence of the footage directly from the elevator involving Ray Rice. And I remember some people hiding behind you don't know what happened in that elevator. Maybe she just passed out drunk and he was helping her out of the elevator. Who are we to talk about things that we don't know? Well, brother, we know what we need to know now, because as you guys have seen, or maybe you haven't, but early this morning, footage began to get out there from TMZ of the actual elevator assault of Ray Rice on his then fiance, now his wife. And I mean, he just it was exactly what it was perpetrated to be, but people could hide behind the cloak of secrecy. He just cold cocked her, knocked her. I mean, it's violent. It's quickly vicious. It's bam, dropped her on the elevator, clear as day, and no excuse, no justification. Now the NFL scrambling. They say they didn't see this footage. They didn't have it as part of their debate. So, which may be true, and if that's true, you rushed to your judgment to try to hurry up and get your adjudication done and get the public relations thing done. So, if you did see it, this is incredibly incriminating, not just on Rice, on the NFL for the way their procedure went down. And if you legitimately can say you didn't see it, your investigation was flawed, and that gives you every right to add to that punishment. There is no way in hell that Ray Rice should be rejoining the Baltimore Ravens in just about 7 days from now. And meanwhile, whether it's Josh Gordon, whether it's whoever you want to, whatever your team, whatever your player, there's 39 of them around the NFL. Take your pick. Guys that are missing games for various suspensions here. And every market could make the same argument that we are. Ours is just more bold because it's the biggest kind of offensive, production guy you got. It's the big star, I guess, if you want to use that term or whatever, with that being such a big part of our team. But there's 39 of them, like I said, around the NFL. Take your pick. Guys that miss games, and you're going to have footage of that out there, and you're going to be able to stand behind a 2-game suspension for that. I dare any of you, because I'm hearing nothing but the birds now. When I hear tweets, they're not coming on Twitter. It's silence. It's birdies tweeting in the air, because nobody's sending me those stupid messages anymore. Nobody's arguing with me anymore that we all need to back off. And hey, Ravens fans, are you still standing? You still standing for Ray today? Remember, you were standing for Ray a few weeks ago. Are we standing for Ray? Let's build his statue next to the other Ray statue, and then you can have Ray and Ray. It's fitting that it sounds like a law firm, because they both need a lot of lawyers in the course of their career. And that disgusts me too, by the way, the other Ray statue. But that's a different level of argument that I'm not even getting in right there. But yeah, with this coming out, I'm telling you, I dare Roger Goodell to stand in front of microphones and stand in front of cameras and support a 2-game suspension. These guys missed 2 games for jaywalking here, man. I mean, I'm just saying, that guy, there's no way in hell that 1 week from today, Ray Rice should be walking back into the Baltimore facility and rejoining his teammates to go out there and play some football like nothing else happened. And if they do, that's not going to happen. I'm not even going to say if they do, because there's not a chance in hell. I'm saying it right now. There's not a chance in hell that the NFL's dumb enough to come back out and say, well, we're going to stand behind our 2-game suspension with double jeopardy. This isn't the legal system. There is no, double jeopardy implies if you fail, okay, if you pass a drug test, if Josh Gordon goes and passes a drug test, and then tomorrow a video comes out of him using the Whizzinator. If you guys remember what that was from a few years ago, the artificial device that you insert in your pants and it allows you to pretend to take a drug test. Anyways, let's say that video surfaces. I bet you now the NFL has the right to use double jeopardy and re-drug test Josh Gordon again. So don't give me that. And I guarantee you that conversation's happening right now in the NFL as it's going on. Exactly. In light of new evidence, it's definitely going to be tweaked, you guys. I have no doubt about it. But when I saw that, I woke up to that, saw the video coming out here, and I'm like, get out of here. And if TMZ could get their hands on it, you're trying to tell me the police couldn't get their hands on it? The NFL couldn't get their hands on it? Nobody got this footage but TMZ. Damn. TMZ is good, man, apparently, because they're the only people that can find this stuff, but whatever. So we'll talk more about that with John McMullen. I want to get his thoughts exactly on what the NFL can and perhaps what he thinks they will do when it comes to that. But, hey, listen, man, and I see Charles in the chat room said I'm fired up. It's a double thing. Number one, and I don't stick up for Josh Gordon. You guys know that. It's more than just smoking pot that got Josh Gordon in trouble. But when teams, like I said, there's 39 of them around the NFL missing at least the first game of the season and more with suspensions. I mean, it's obviously something that's there. Every pregame show talked about it yesterday. You can't get away from all the stuff going on off the field. But there are a lot of people sitting around, and this is the PR battle that the NFL has to fight, is there are a lot of people sitting around saying Josh Gordon is sitting at the house because he smoked weed, whether you agree with it or don't agree with it. And like I said, we know that that's not the actual feeling of a lot of people, but that's the way some people see it, even though there's more to it than that. And meanwhile, something like this, and think about it, 2 weeks from now, Baltimore getting ready to play the Browns, and they get one of their big offensive weapons back. Meanwhile, again, that's the public relations battle, even if we know that there's more than just black and white to it. And that's just one of the reasons, besides their friggin' responsibility, that the NFL is going to do that. Charles asking if it's a new video. Yeah, what this is the in the elevator footage that has now come out. This is not the opposite side of where you saw them coming out of the elevator. That was the footage that was out there. The video that's out now is the in the elevator footage, which directly shows the assault. It shows him strike her first, her strike him back, and then him strike her with a dead punch to the face that just dropped her where she stood. And then he stands there and talks and looks for a few minutes, and then very coldly drags her out of the elevator, and that's where it picks up on the other side of the footage that had already been released out there. So yeah, it's now the other side. And now the story had been that the police had that footage as well, and I'm sure that they do. But the NFL claimed, if you guys remember, that they had everything that the police had, and that was what they used. So, and that was where I couldn't understand how they could say with the footage and with the history and first time offender, because I'm like, man, I was told that the footage that the police have directly shows that he knocked her out. That was exactly what I was told, that's the video. And that's why I was surprised too that they let the thing go into that, what is it, the whatever type of program that you diversionary program or first offender program, whatever it is that they let him go into, because number one, it's super egregious. Number two, it's an athlete. Number three, it happened in public. This isn't even a behind the bedroom doors type of thing where it's like, we're invading in somebody's home and their privacy, which that doesn't even apply in domestic violence to me, but that's an argument some people could shield behind. This is in public as much as it could be. Come on. It's everything you could think of there. And I'm like, wow, the police had this footage. They let him walk. The NFL had this footage. They said,